Are you struggling to implement a full-text search in DynamoDB? You're not alone. Many developers face this challenge when trying to enhance their applications. Today, we will explore how to effectively search through your data stored in DynamoDB. I completely understand your frustration. You have a setup with a hash key as an element ID and a range key as the customer ID, plus an array of tags and multi-line text. It can be tricky to find the right solution for searching through this data. Let's break down your specific question. You want to allow users to search using free text or select tags to retrieve related elements. You mentioned that a plain database query might not be sufficient. Sound familiar? Let's dive into some potential solutions. So, what are the options available for implementing a full-text search in DynamoDB? You mentioned experimenting with cloud search, which is a great start. However, it does require maintaining the index every time a tag is added. Let's explore this further. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, I will share a powerful tip that can streamline your search functionality and make your application more efficient. To implement a full-text search in DynamoDB, the user should consider using Amazon OpenSearch service. This service allows for efficient searching of text and can handle updates when tags are added. Next, the user needs to set up an OpenSearch domain. This can be done through the AWS Management Console. The user should choose the appropriate instance type and storage options based on their expected load. After setting up the domain, the user should create an index that matches the structure of their data. This index will allow for efficient searching of the tags and multi-line text. Now, the user should implement a function to index the data from DynamoDB into OpenSearch. This function will be responsible for sending updates whenever a new tag is added or existing data is modified. Finally, the user can create a search function in their application that queries the OpenSearch index. This function should allow users to search by free text or select tags to retrieve related elements. Fun fact, did you know that the first search engines were built in the 1990s? They were much simpler than what we have today, but they laid the groundwork for the powerful search capabilities we enjoy now. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative solution suggests using an instant search engine like TypeSense for full-text search in DynamoDB. This approach involves enabling DynamoDB streams and setting up an AWS Lambda trigger to listen for changes. Inside the Lambda function, you can index data into TypeSense. The provided code snippet shows how to handle both adding and removing documents based on DynamoDB events. Let's move forward and look at another answer. An alternative solution comes from another user who suggests using PartyQL, a SQL-compatible language for querying data in DynamoDB. They highlight the use of the contains function, which allows you to search for a value within a set or find a substring in your data. Now let's see a response from a different user. An alternative solution suggested by another user is to use Elasticsearch for your full-text search needs. They also mention that you can perform wildcard text searches on the sort key in DynamoDB. For more details on querying in DynamoDB, you can refer to the official documentation linked in the description. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative approach suggested by another user highlights the benefits of using DynamoDB as a managed service by AWS. They emphasize that with this service, you gain access to multiple managed components, which simplifies your setup. However, if you're using a downloaded version of DynamoDB, you'll need to build your own Elastic cluster and index the data manually. Here's the tip I promised. Regularly monitor and optimize your search index. This will ensure that your search functionality remains fast and relevant, providing a better experience for your users. And there you have it. You now have several options for implementing full-text search in DynamoDB. Remember, the right choice depends on your specific needs and how dynamic your data is. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks.